Versant Power union employees are currently in contract negotiations with the company.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 1837, represents hundreds of workers at Versant Power from Bangor to Fort Kent.
They've requested federal mediation in its efforts to secure a fair contract that prioritizes the safety and well-being of workers and long-term savings for ratepayers.
The union says line workers at Versant Power are earning significantly less than contracted workers performing the same duties for the company. They're requesting a modest wage increase to bring line worker compensation closer to market rates. The current contract expires on Sunday.
IBEW Local 1837 says they remain committed to reaching a fair agreement, but will not accept a contract that undermines the livelihoods of their members or jeopardizes safety.
In a statement to TV5, Versant Power says they will continue to be respectful of the negotiation process and committed to offering a competitive wage and benefits package for their employees.
They said, quote, Versant Power has a long history of successful, productive negotiations with our union. We want to reach an agreement that meets the needs of our employees and maintains the company's sustainability, unquote.